welcome back to the program as we head to the top of the hour. Brad Johnson producing today. Thank you, Brad. Our guest in studio, Earl Hall, Kyvan the Man Gadsden, and he's Showtime as well, and Leland Witherspoon. Kyvan, you're not on Twitter, right?
No, sir.
That sucks. You could be on Twitter. You know why? You know why? If you were on Twitter, you would know right now the special announcement that Noel Thompson is going to be making on line. Let's go to line one with Noel Thompson. Noel, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Scott Casper?
I'm sorry, should I call you Governor General? Let me ask you this. You are a ranked individual within the country of Jamaica. Your father played an extensive role in the life and times of probably the most famous of residents that ever came out of Jamaica. And no, sir, not you. I'm talking about Bob Marley. But now you... your company that you represent, work with, Muscle Farm, has made a very striking relationship happen. Go ahead and make the announcement. You guys have signed who?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
We signed the highest paid athlete in the world, Tiger Woods, to a multi-year agreement with Muscle Farm. So we're going to start to approach golf in a very dynamic way as we are approaching the Olympic movement.
All right, so, and I'm getting to this. Fellas, you're going to be interested. And Muscle Farm just became a full-on sponsor of USA Wrestling. Muscle Farm became a full-on sponsor of what else?
FILA, Jordan Burroughs, Jamaica Wrestling Federation, and there's a lot more to come. I'm not going to...
Yes. Don't rock the boat. We got a big one coming next week, I think, right?
I got next.
We need muscle.
I'm excited about Jordan Burroughs being our face of wrestling for Muscle Farm. He's going to really, I think, having a best-in-class brand with a best-in-class athlete, I think it's going to be great for the wrestling community and great for the Olympic movement.
But why Jordan Burroughs? I mean, what has he done for us lately?
What hasn't he done? What hasn't he accomplished?
All he do is win gold medals. So, and most importantly, he's a stand-up guy. You want a classy kind of person representing your brand. And we, at Muscle Farm, we've obviously an athlete like Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And a bodybuilder like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I could tell you I'm going to be going to the World Cup to get an athlete shortly. So there's only one athlete to get, so you could kind of know who that is.
Yeah. Kyvan Gadsden.
No, Kyvan's not going to work. All right.
Muscle Farm, we need it in Iowa. We're a farming state, so we need more Muscle Farm
spelled
up
differently.
here.
Yeah. It's spelled differently.
J-A-R-M.
Okay.
Noel Thompson joining us.
Not corn. I do trade a little corn, but not the same kind of.
We got the best.
You do have another announcement that we made last week on the program, and that is you are running for one of the, is it 2 available seats on the FILA Governing Council?
So there's 7 available seats of the 23 bureau members.
Okay.
I'll be running for one of them. So, I don't need all 7. I only need one. And I'll be representing Jamaica as Secretary General of the nation of Jamaica.
I don't even know how that is.
How do you follow up with that?
I don't know, but it's a whole different
it's voted
classification
on?
of suits.
That's how it comes to pass?
So
it's a vote?
There's a selection process to have someone run as a candidate. There are probably 10 candidates around the world that will be vying for this seat as well. So, it's the next 3 months for me, from Glasgow, Scotland to Croatia, Uzbekistan, Mexico City, should be very interesting.
It's what I find interesting, fellas, is that while FILA is struggling to rebrand itself, and you're one love, if you will, one world, one wrestle. Do you like the idea that is being put forward by FILA as far as the new brand?
Absolutely. I think as a leader, you have to. I'm a avid supporter in the non-Lalovich. I mean, we work very closely together in the lobbying effort to help reinstate wrestling in the Olympic Games. So I think in terms of we have to get rid of the old mantra of FILA and bring in the new. And I think it's important as a legacy for Lalovich to make that kind of change so he could detach himself from old leadership and also to move us forward in the Olympic movement. I think there's a bigger, the name, I like the name, I like the logos that they're looking at to come out with. At the end of the day, it's about having a seat on the IOC board as an international federation. The name and all the logos and stuff, that kind of intellectual property is going to be very important over the next 4 to 5 years for FILA.
Don't you think that 6-year term is important too, because it gives you plenty of time to get done what you think is on your agenda and what needs to happen?
Absolutely. I think upgrading marketing, bringing in more sponsorship, really developing more wrestling. Right. The whole idea of running for the FILA board is that, to keep wrestling, you got to grow wrestling.
Right.
So last year was preservation of wrestling. Now we have to continue to grow more wrestlers.
Promote wrestling.
Right? How do we do that? You have to develop countries. You have to create more wrestling organizations. You have to support cultural wrestling. So some countries have traditional wrestling. Our traditional wrestling is scholastic. In Africa, it's something else. In Egypt, it's the Nile River wrestling. So you have to continue to grow more wrestlers around the world.
Right.
More wrestlers around the world, the more visible we're going to be. You got to continue to tell that story of the monastic lifestyle of a wrestler. And as we do that, there'll be more appreciation for our sport, and it'll also help our sport become more visible.
Brad and I have been talking about this, Noel, and nobody knows this. Just off air, Brad and I in studio talking about this. We are prepared. Once our Muscle Farm deal is all the ink is done there, and we'll make that announcement in coming weeks. But once that's done, we'll be prepared to make a significant contribution in equipment to the country of Jamaica and to the children that will benefit from wrestling in Jamaica, to help those Jamaican kids get on the mat, to start learning how best to wrestle, to help get coaches down there, etc. We will be at that point prepared to make that significant contribution, hopefully allowing others the opportunity to follow and do the same.
Thank you very, very much. I think it's like beat the streets. You need the more people wrestle around the world, the more better human beings you're going to have in humanity. Wrestling makes people better citizens, not only just of the nations they're a part of, but of the world, just because of the discipline and the things of what it takes to be a wrestler, as Andy Barth and Wayne Boyd would say. But you gotta, that kind of help in terms of the island, I think is tremendous, and we welcome that.
Well, I will tell you what, it's been one of my favorite places to visit, and I would like nothing better than to make my next trip down there to see young people on the mats having fun, enjoying themselves, learning, exploring, and being athletic in the ways that they were meant to be. Noel Thompson, always good to talk to you, man. You're one of my heroes out there, but keep doing what you do. Give my best to a beautiful wife of yours. It's Millie time today, isn't it?
It is always Millie time, man.
It is always Millie time. All right, at T3 too, okay?
T3's the man.
Thank you. Man. God bless you. That's a man that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's on a mission.
Yeah,
he's keeping it strong all the time.
All right, more with our in-studio guests, and I'm talking about a young man who just tweeted. Thank you, Leland. They call him the Dirty Spoon. We'll have to ask him why. Earl Jr. is along with us as well, and we appreciate all these guys coming down from Iowa State. And it took one guy, Kyvan Gatson, saying, "Hey, how come you never invite us down there? I said, you're invited. When? I said,
Come in anytime you
Saturday?
want.
Good. Saturday's good for all three of us. We'll be there. Well, today's Saturday. We'll be back. Stick around.